If you haven't tried these, you need to. They're really good. I got them at Dollar Tree. Why? Should I just make a mukbang? Just kidding. I hate hearing people eat. Like, those videos just give me goosebumps, but like in the wrong way. Why is the man in the tapatio? He has blue eyes. I thought he was Mexican. Maybe he is Mexican and has blue eyes. I've seen it before. Cool. I probably won't add this, but I just need to try it. Ugh! I rewatched it. I'm gonna add it. I mean, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't like the... What is it? Oh, that's not bad. Now that. Oh, Lord. I need to stop eating so I can I'll be right back.
A few moments later.
Okay, guys. So today I'm going to be reading 10 scary stories from TikTok. And I also want to add my own scary story, which kind of makes me a little bit nervous because for some reason I find it really hard for me to read my own stories. So last night I stayed up late and I kind of typed it out in my laptop. So I'm hoping that if I just read it off of my laptop, that maybe I can not have problems saying it to you guys. So let's get started. Why? Hi Letty, I've been watching your series and wanted to share a story of my own. When I was around 5, I would stand over my parents' bed and smile. One time, about a year ago, when I was sleepwalking, I went downstairs and stood at the garage door saying, "Mommy?" over and over, softly. My mom was in the living room and she told me about this like 4 months ago. Oh my god. So this is what I mean by like, I don't want to have kids because how am I supposed to deal with that? Like, if I hear my kids say "Mommy," I'll ignore it. Like, I'll pretend to be asleep. No. You go deal with that. Okay, guys, so this next story is from Grace. Okay, so my old house was haunted and we would always see shadows and random stuff all the time. But I have 3 stories that I remember so vividly. I don't remember how old I was for any of these, but I was going to the bathroom and I was playing on my phone, and all of a sudden the towels hanging on the back of the door swung up, then went back down. I thought someone opened the door and closed it, so I went to ask and everyone told me they didn't come in the bathroom. The second story is the story that scared the ish out of me to this day. So my room had the most activity in the house, and one night I woke up from a really bad dream. I was under my covers reading a book with my flashlight because I got so used to sleeping under my covers because I was so scared. But I was reading and decided to come out for a minute to breathe. And there was a tall, dark figure standing over my bunk bed and I freaked out. Then, my last story is one time I went to walk to my room. My bunk bed has a desk at the end and you could see it from my door. I walked into the hallway and I see this little evil elf kind of thing crouched under my desk with red eyes. I screamed and ran to my mom. She didn't believe me. I was gonna say, maybe she did believe you, but she was like really scared too. Because I'm pretty sure I would be like, no, there's nothing there, because I'd be too scared to go and check, or like I didn't want to scare you any further. I don't know. That's creepy. Do you still live there? Okay, guys, this next story is from Asenshi family. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. When I was 6, I would always wake up at midnight and start laughing. When my dad came to check me and asked me why I'm laughing, I would always say because he's here. My dad was confused and asked me, "He?" I just looked around my room and whispered, "He." My dad didn't understand, so he got me in bed and went to sleep. The moment I closed my eyes, the boy I was talking about said, "Don't leave the room, don't leave the room," he said. I ignored him and went to sleep. Around 2 a.m., I noticed something walking around my bed. When I opened my eyes, the boy started crying and screaming, "Don't leave the room, don't leave the room." Till that day, I always go in my bed around 7 and still hear him cry. This next story is from Juju Official. Hello, Miss Letty. That sounds so funny. Hello, Miss Letty. I have a scary story if you want to read it. So one day I was talking with my mother and all of my sisters were asleep, and when I was done talking to her, I went to my bed and saw a childlike figure laughing under the blankets. I was freaked out and checked if any of my sisters were under the covers. Nobody was under there. My sisters were still asleep. The same Christmas, my grandfather told me I have the power to see ghosts. I believe it was my younger sister that was aborted 8 years earlier, or a demon. Whoa. You know what song stuck in my head? Esa manera que mueves la cadera. Why do you roll his R's like that? I feel like that song would have been so good. I mean, it's a good song. Like, the beat is good. But, like, the rolling of those R's. Esa manera que mueves la cadera. Like, you didn't have to be so extra with it. Little extra. Okay, guys, so this next story is from Tristan 13. Back in 2015, when I was around 8, my mom and I were moving out of our old house. We believed it was haunted and we wanted to change an environment. The first night we stayed at the new house, we still had tons of stuff to move in, so we slept in the dark with no TV. Right as we were falling asleep, we heard glass crashing in the kitchen. My mom checked it out and it was a decorative plate that looked as if they were thrown, not tipped off by the wind. Oof. So what did you guys do? Because I feel like you moved from like an old haunted house into another house, and in that new house, that's when it happened? Yikes. I don't think it's the house if that's what happened. I think no, I don't want to scare y'all. Sorry. But, okay, I'm going to say it. But if it seems like it's following you, so it may not be attached to any of the houses, it may just be attached to you, and maybe you need like to sage or cleanse or something. I'm not a professional. I am just stating my opinions. Guys, I just remembered that my aunt sent me a video. Okay, not only am I gonna say my scary story at the end of this, but I'm gonna add a story with a video that my aunt sent me like last week. Why did I forget? I need to add it. I'm adding this in because I need to add it. Okay, guys, this next story is from someone who didn't want to share their username or picture, so let's get started. A few years ago, I was at my friend's house, let's call her Izzy, and I was always scared to sleep there because she had these red creepy lights on to go to sleep with. When I went to sleep, I woke up to her mom sitting on the top of her bed. I slept on the floor and Izzy said one last hug to her mom. Then I blinked and her mom was staring at me really close to my face. I can't remember anything else that happened, but I was always scared to sleep there again. But I did. We went to sleep again with the red lights on, and when Izzy woke up, she told me that she woke up in the middle of the night and saw a cage in front of her with all blood and intestines in it, and next to it was her mom's head on the chair. She doesn't have the creepy lights anymore. What the heck? This is some gory ass, like... Ooh, I said again. Oh my god, I just said it. This next story is from Maddie503. Hey girl, absolutely love your TikToks. Oh my god, thank you. You always get me hooked. Anyways, I was scrolling through TikTok one day and saw someone had a Chucky doll, and I vividly remember playing with one when I was a kid. Then I decided to text my mom and ask her if she remembered the Chucky doll I had, and she was like, you never had one. To this day, I'm still freaked out. I remember this. Oh my god, I freaked out when I read it because I'm like, what? Like, where did that Chucky doll come from? What the heck? Okay, guys, this next story is from Chloe the Funny Person. Hi. So, like, I don't know if you'll put this in the video. Yes, I will. But I have a pretty scary story. So, when I was 8, me and my friends had a sleepover. We decided to play a scary game. You already know it's gonna end bad. After the game was done, a thunderstorm came and it was loud and kind of scary. Me and one of my 4 girls went to the kitchen to get a snack, but through the window of my deck, we saw a shady black figure that had a creepy smile. Ooh. We ran upstairs in fear. Yes, obviously I would too. 2 weeks later, every single person that I knew in my neighborhood would say they saw the same shadow figure over and over again. So to this day, we have become friends. Wait, what? So to this day, we have become friends with this shadow figure because every stormy night, he would come back to scare us. Last night, I saw him as well, and so did my friend. Y'all be giving this thing energy? I don't want no friends like that, no. Okay, so this next story is from Queen Bee 9623. I have a scary story that I think you would like if you can actually see this. Sorry. It's funny because I get so many messages, but I think hers is like one of the messages that actually comes through like my inbox and not like that folder with like all the messages I get from you guys. So I definitely got it. My parents told me a scary story about myself when I was in preschool, and basically when they came to pick me up after a long day, they found me drawing on a black piece of paper and they asked me what I was doing. They told me that I told them I was making a factory filled with blood, and what got me the most is that they told me I was finger painting and smiling creepily. Okay, so this next story is from _coral_x. One time, I was at a hotel with my dad for about a week. It was our last day there and it was a lot of fun. I went to sleep thinking the next day was going to be so much fun because I love going on planes. I had a dream that a dead little boy was trying to kill me. I was also in sleep paralysis and woke up shaking and my heart beating so fast. I thought nothing of it and just fell asleep again. I woke up again the same way I did before, shaking, my heart beating super fast, and sleep paralysis this time was too scared to go back to sleep. So I slowly looked side to side to see if anything is there. Thankfully, nobody. It was about 5 a.m. so I stayed up on my dad's phone and ended up falling asleep but never having the dream again to this day. It's been 3 years and I still can't seem to forget that dream. I still remember every single detail and even what the little boy was trying to use to kill me. A hammer. About a year ago, I was watching a scary movie and to realize that the movie was just like the dream I had. It still freaks me out to this day. I hate sleep paralysis. I hate it. I hate it so freaking much. Okay. Okay, so I thought that the story that I just told would be a good segue to my sleep paralysis story because for those of you who don't get sleep paralysis, it's basically when you are awake, but you can't move your body. So like you can see everything around you, you can hear everything, but you're stuck, you're frozen. It's a terrifying feeling and I hated it because I would get them all the time at my mom's house. So I guess let me share my own story. I'm like sweating already, I can't. Anyways, I'm gonna start. Okay guys, I'm just gonna read it and I did type it out so I will put it on the screen so you guys can read along. So here we go. My first sleep paralysis experience. I was 14 years old and I had to share a queen-size bed with my sister, so we always slept on the opposite direction from each other, her feet next to my head, my feet next to her head. I was sleeping face down and got woken up in the middle of the night because I felt like someone sat on my back and I was losing my breath. I didn't open my eyes, but it got to the point where I almost couldn't breathe. So with my eyes closed, I assumed it was my sister, so I said, "Xochi, get off of me." I thought maybe she had rolled over onto me because that was the only logical explanation. When she didn't move and my breathing was getting worse, I opened my eyes and to my shock, my sister's feet were right next to my face. She was not on my back. Within seconds, panic set in and I felt like I was being suffocated, but I couldn't move. My body was frozen, but I could feel whatever was on my back now pushing my face into my pillow until I passed out. I woke up in the morning and thought it was all a bad dream. I didn't mention it to anyone because they were going to think I was lying. I was always scared as a kid and would sometimes make stuff up so that my older sister would stay up with me until I fell asleep. Unfortunately, it wasn't over. It was only the beginning. Ugh, I don't like reading my own stuff. I'm sorry if I am not making any jokes about my own story, but like I'm having to relive this all over again and my eyes are like getting watery because I hate that feeling that I got. I'm gonna add the story on my Instagram if you guys want to share my story. If you want to make a video reading it, go ahead, feel free. I don't feel comfortable doing it again. Like if you've ever had sleep paralysis and you know that feeling is so bad. I still remember that. Like I remember every single detail and that was only the beginning. Like it got so much worse than that, so much worse. But what I do want to say is the last time it happened, I finally stood up to it and I wasn't scared of it anymore. And it never came back after that. So I don't know. I think sleep paralysis and the things that come with it, they know that you're vulnerable. They know that you're in a place in life where you're weak, and they prey on that because you're weak. But I wasn't at the end. I came out of it. I don't know, like, I no longer get them, thank goodness. But reliving that first moment, like, I was 14. I'm 30 now, and I still remember that. Okay, so I'm in a little bit of a funk, but I do want to show you guys something. So get out of it, step out of it. Anyway, I do want to show you guys something because, oh no, my wig cap is falling off my head. It's right here now. I hate wig caps. Why don't they ever stay on? Anyway, so my aunt sent me a video because, okay, first of all, I need to tell you guys why. So my aunt lives right next door to my mom's house where all this haunted-ish happened to me. But anyways, she travels to work. So I believe right now she lives in Oklahoma. So back in her house, she has cameras set up because obviously she needs to protect her home in case anything happens. But she got a motion sensor, like, alert on her phone that something was in front of her camera at her front door in the middle of the night. Anyway, when she looks at the video, you can see a thing, like, okay, it comes from the corner of her house and it flashes into her house, because where you see it disappear into, that's her front door. So I'm gonna show you the video. I'll probably slow it down as well, just so that you guys can see it, try to see it clearer. If you have any idea of what it is, please comment down below, because when I slowed it down, it almost looked like a person, but to me, it looked like they were just like hanging out in that little area where they came out of, and then just like went inside her house. She also called me and told me that a lot of creepy things have been happening at her house whenever she does go. If you want to hear more, I can definitely ask her so that I can like write them down for her and let you guys know. But tell me what you see in this video. I will not waste any more time. Here it is. So yeah, again, what the heck was that? Like, it has like a body form kinda, and just like runs into her house. What I was telling her is that, because she's hardly ever home, so I mean, from reading all these scary stories and paranormal stuff, it almost seems like something might be taking over her house, which she is well aware of. But yeah, tell me what you think it is, because that creeped me the heck out, especially because that is right next to my mom's house. Oh my god, while I was on the phone with her, she told me, because she was recently there, and she said that she was walking to my mom's house, and from my mom's window she saw a little kid walk from the living room to my mom's kitchen. So when she asked my mom, like, hey, are the kids here, because my brother has kids, my mom was like, no. And my aunt was like, I saw a kid inside right now. And my mom was like, no, they haven't came over for a long time because of the pandemic, and you know, they're safe at home. So there was no kids at my mom's house, and my aunt saw a kid in the living room walking to the kitchen, which, by the way, when I lived with my mom, my bedroom was right next to the kitchen. So like, my bedroom was here and everyone else's rooms were over here. I was alone and they were all next to each other. I just realized that you guys can see this now. Okay, when I get nervous and anxious, for some reason I start biting my lip. Just wanted to let you know, because it's very noticeable right now. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching my videos. I hope that this entertained you a little bit in some kind of way. Please comment. Let me know what it is you think you see in that video, so that I can then call my aunt and let her know what everyone's thinking. If you guys made it this far, leave a ghost emoji in the comment section, please. Guys, I'm gonna start doing a shout out every time I make a video. So today's shout out goes to Lizzie Martinez. Thank you so much for always watching my videos and commenting on every single one. I literally look forward to your comments because I know it's gonna be something funny. So thank you again for watching my videos and always commenting and keeping a smile on my face. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching my video. I hope you really enjoyed it and I love you. Bye.